Alright, welcome back to the WPF to Blazor Snake Edition tutorial series. Yeah, last time we finished the high scores menu, and now we're ready to, start playing this game. Well, not really, because we have to do the game grid where the snake and the fruit is going to be hosted. So yeah, let's create that. Let's stop running this and uh, let's just copy this page right here, the index.razor, rename it. I'll just call it game, and let's also hmm, copy the main menu.cs, call it the game.css. And we also have to add the CSS here, so copy game. I add the standard button. I'm gonna cut that out because that's being used by also the high scores page. Let's throw that into the utils. So there we go. Alright. So now we got the game razor, and then we'll just say game. Okay. Yeah, so in the WPF application, we created two canvases and we laid them over top of each other. So one canvas was holding just the fruit, and then on top of that, we placed another canvas which contained the snake. And then, yeah. So in this one, we're going to do a little bit different here, because if we do it the canvas style, then we would have to create a bunch of JavaScript code, and this way we're going to do it now. It's going to be like we're going to create a grid, and yeah, we're going to just do a grid layout basically, and we'll just have the fruit and the snake inside that grid, position in that grid. So yeah, this way we will write um, way less JavaScript code. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's remove this. So we need the top div, and that's gonna be the game. Let's say game container, and then inside here, yeah, this basically inside there we will have the cells. So we'll just make a class and then call that cell. So that's basically it. This is the game. Let's come to here. Let's remove all that. Yeah. And let's go create that class game container. And yeah, this is going to be and actually to display this, we're going to have to make a loop, and I think the game grid was a size 40 by 40, so in total that would be 1600 cells. I think that's the total game grid size, but I'll check it in a second. But let's just go with that for now. Alright. So that means display. We're going to do a grid. And let's do the silver clay, and then we'll say background color. Let's just do black for now. That's it. Okay, and then we'll say grid template rows. We'll say repeat, and then we'll have to name the number of rows, so which is 40, and the size will just go with the standard base. We'll just copy and paste this, and then instead of rows we have columns, and we should be able to see something already. No, let's stop. Because in the in the index page, I said play. Let's do game. Otherwise it won't find the page. Alright, so okay, it's found the okay. Maybe restart the application because I was missing the some braces. Here we go. Alright, so yeah, now let's center the content. And then we'll align the content. Oh man, it's okay. And then we'll say the height will be 90 of the viewport, and then we'll also give it a margin top of, yeah, let's just go with the basic, so size, base. Okay. Alright, so if I make this green, we should get green squares or a green background. And it's not updating. It's kind of annoying. Okay, let's rerun it. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So we actually don't need this margin at the top. Alright. So now let's go here, empty cell. And that's going to be black. Okay, so we got the game grid. So inside here, the snake is gonna run, you know, and yeah, and we'll also spawn the fruit in here. So next we will. Oh, actually, yeah. don't like that it's not refreshing, but okay. Ah, why is it? Okay, that's annoying. Alright, anyways, doesn't matter. So now we need the view model so we can start actually playing the game. And to do that, we need to import or get that main menu view model from the WPF application because it's not in the Snake Dart core. So because that's the main window view model which we created in the WPF is WPF specific. So what we're going to do is we're just going to copy it into here, and then we'll flesh out all the things that you know we don't need, and then we'll go from there. So to do that, go to File Explorer. Yeah, File Explorer. Add the WPF snake, which is down here, and then let's go here, and so the main window view model. I'll just copy this, and I'll throw that into here, and then I will add existing item, and then we'll add the main window view model. Let's add it. So now we just have to adjust the namespace. Which will be Blazor Snake. Nope. Blazor Snake. There we go. Let's make this a little larger. And then clear out all the things that we don't need. So starting with the window. Add the window. This, basically all of that, and then wherever we're getting those key events, I'm guessing. Yeah, key events. So let's replace that with keyboard. Yeah. So key. What's a string? Okay. What about code? That's also a string. Okay. Alright. Let's comment this for now. Alright, to access the view model in the Razor, we will have to go to the program and then to the builder.services. We have to add the view model for dependency injection. So which we'll say add. Let's just go with add transient, and then main window view model, and there we go. And now we can inject. You can say inject main window view model. Let's just say VM. And then we can actually use it here. And let's test it out by adding the height grid, game grid size. Well, let's check that out in the, what did we create there? Okay, max game grid rows, and then times vm dot columns. Okay, it's private, so that's why we can't access it, but yeah, let's make that public. And then we can access it. Should be able to. Instance reference qualifier type instead. Okay, so we can't access these fields here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say public int total game grid cells, and then I'll just return max rows times max columns. And then I'll delete this here. It's also better, so it's a little bit shorter now. vm.total, and here we go. Alright. And this should still work. Perfect. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. Alright, so the next thing is that we want to draw I want to draw the fruit. So if, then we go vm dot fruit dot, yeah, okay. So we only have the okay, hold on. The fruit is a cell view model, right? Yeah. Fruit is a cell view model, and the cell view model only has which properties? So we got the x position and the y position. But we're just working in an array, so we have to map these two coordinates, the x and y position, to a single digit, so a spot in the array. So we have to map it from basically a 2D space to a 1D space. And for that, I'm going to just add another property, and I'll say private int, let's say position index. Yeah, let's do that. Position index. And the way we calculate that is let's let's see, we're gonna do this. Let's go, yeah. So where is this being set? Find, let's go fruit, fruit, spawn fruit. Yeah. Oh, we can do it in the constructor. Alright, so the position index. Position index will be determined by the row, so the x position. So x position plus, well, the x position divided by the cell size. Yeah, because the cell has a width, so the cell size, but let's just go by width. And the y plus the y position divided by the height. And here we have to multiply by the row length. So each row has a certain set of 40 cells in it. So here we have to multiply by 40. And that's how we get our position index. So let's say we are in the third position, and it doesn't matter what row. And then here we find out which row we're in divided by the height. So let's say we are in y position is 20 divided by the height would be 2, so we're in the second row times 40, because yeah, well, it's not the second row, it's the third row, because we're starting at index 0. So that would be 2 full rows, so that's 2 times 40, that's 80, and plus the x position 3, so we're at 83. That's the index of the third row, column 3. Alright, that's how we do that. And yeah, this is hard coded, so actually how do we get the, yeah, it's probably better to position index, calculate this here. Position index, and then let's delete that here. Cell view model dot cell size. Let's go here. Max game grid rows. There's a plus, so and it's of course not just any position, it's the fruit x and fruit y position. Okay, so now we have the index, and we can now use that index. We can check if the fruit dot position index is equal to I, and if that's true, then we can draw the fruit. So let's go to close this right here. Now we can make a fruit cell. So let's just copy that. Fruit cell, and then we'll make it red. And let's see if that's being drawn. so it's not. Oh, of course. Yeah, when we leave the game.razor, no, the index, when we press the button, we also have to inject here the inject main window view model VM. So here we have to do at on click we got the play command right here. So let's make this public. Alright. So as you can see, we have to adjust the view models a little bit for this for this migration. Yeah, you're not gonna go around it, but all of these changes don't really influence or do not influence the other applications at all. So changing it from public to from private to public is not gonna have an impact on the other projects or this position index. All right, why it's still 0? Okay, okay, it's interesting. Okay, so let's, yeah, remove this play thing. Let's remove that. Let's remove this. Instead, we can actually add a code section down below here, and then we can say override on initialized async, and we can actually say vm.play here. So just wait, let's just do a wait task dot delay of 1 millisecond. Nope. Make that async, and we should be good to go. Let's put a breakpoint in here. It seems every time I do these recordings, it takes way too longer to run the application. I don't know why. Alright, hopefully start. Yes, we get the breakpoint, we create the snake, and create the snake. But Hey, we don't have. Oh, great. So game fruit cell. Oh, come on, update. It's so great. And here we go. So there's the fruit. Alright, I mean, this already took half an hour, so we're gonna do one more thing, and we're gonna create the pulse animation for this, and then next time we'll do the snake, because yeah, it's again taking too long here. So to do the pulse animation, we're just gonna do keyframes, and then we'll call it fruit color. No, fruit pulse. And from the start, so at 0%, we are gonna do a background color of, I don't know, hash 22000, so very dark red. And then at 50%, let's make the background color red. And then at 100%, we will go back to the start off color, so which is background color hash 22. And this should create a nice pulse effect. So and then in the fruit cell we have to call the animation name, which is fruit pulse. And what we also do is animation duration. So how long we want this pulsating effect to take place. So let's do 2 seconds. And then the animation iteration count will be infinite. Alright, so now we have a infinitely pulsating fruit cell. And the reason why the play button didn't work, we could do it this way, but for that we would have to make the main window a view model, or in the program.cs I made this a transient, so every time we call inject somewhere, it creates a new window view model. So there's two separate window view models. So, and if we wanted to use the same view model in the index.razor, we would have to say add singleton. So we could have done it this way, add singleton, but yeah, just do it this way now. Okay, I can remove that breakpoint here, and there we go. We got a pulsating fruit, and it spawned at a different position this time. Last time it was up here. So yeah, yeah, we got the fruit done, we got the game grid, and yeah, in the next video we'll do the snake, and we'll have to do some JavaScript code, because we want to catch those keyboard events, and we can only do that by writing some JavaScript. So next time, we'll probably get into some JavaScript, and yeah, we'll get that snake done, get that in there, and then we can start playing the game. Alright, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.